Hey, Chine Together fam. It's been a really long time, and I figured there are times in life that don't require you to make a video, and this has been one of those seasons for me. It's interesting that we can step away from something we're so used to doing and not even realize it. And we can have a moment of pause and then come to learn and lean into the fact that, hey, this is a part of me. This is something I'm called to do. This is a vision of mine. This is a gift of mine. This is a skill of mine. And we return to it. And today I found myself being angry and yelling. And I'm just taking a breath because now I have to release that, because I decided to behave in a way that wasn't the best and healthiest for myself or those around me. And anger is very valid, right? Anger, frustration, it's emotion, it's an expression, it's part of life. And how I carried myself, early morning to be yelling because I was upset about something. And I was reminded that enough is enough. And that was a great thing and a great reminder, because it's like someone telling me to, I don't want to say calm down, but to be calm, because telling someone to calm down doesn't make them calm down. So I knew in those moments to take breaths, and I've been taking breaths since. And the reason why I wanted to make this video is because I feel it in here. I feel the heat of the anger in my chest. I feel the anger, the upsetness, and I'm carrying that heaviness now because of my own actions, and it's my responsibility to release it. Anything that I say and do is my responsibility. How we react and how we respond is our own responsibility and nobody else's. And we're not perfect. And it's interesting, this connotation of perfection and imperfection, because there's never going to be 100% of responding in a way of calm. There's never going to be 100% of, being your best self and operating from your higher self and all of the magic and da 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 da. First world things, when someone in third world, can be manifesting golden water, aka pure water, aka holy water, when they're living in the slums. And it's been 25 plus years and they've never seen clean water, and they're drinking from little gutters and shit like that. The reason why I say this is because it's so easy and such a positive vibes and such a, I don't want to say delusional, but it's such a falsified way of living, as if I'm better than you because I'm living this lifestyle of 1, 2, and 3, because I'm a yoga practitioner and I enjoy healing work, and I'm very calm, when I'm with my children, aka the youth I work with, providing behavioral assistance. In the way I operate in the world most of the time is from a place of calmness. Now, am I always calm? No. I have a lot of fire in me, and it comes out in these videos usually, or just me being with my friends, or really just owning up to and just expressing myself like, damn, I'm human, right? But it doesn't give me permission to be a shit person necessarily. And I'm not calling myself a shit person. What I'm saying here is that every day, people's influences, people are always going to share their opinions of how you could be better, how you can be more confident, how you can be more resilient. And there's so many coaches out there for this stuff. There's so much out there, how to become not you, or maybe a version of you that you really do want, but it's still not you. Recently I met somebody who didn't feel they had courage, and it's visible to me. And all of that goes back to the childhood wounds. I have them. So currently I'm seeing a male therapist, and he's quite wonderful. And I'm so grateful to have a male perception this time. And I'm so grateful to be doing this work, because I've come to learn a lot about myself in just this short week's time. And not even through my therapist, but that self-reflection, through my dreams, through my spirituality. Wow, there's a lot here, to unlayer. There's a lot here about me. Yes, I present myself in this way and who I am, and that is me. But then, wow, there are a lot of wounds. There's a lot of reasoning behind what's made me me. There's a lot of reasoning of why I struggle in intimate relationships, why I struggle when it comes to romantic partnerships and having a healthy relationship. I've never had one. And for me to be honest about that only at the age of 31 and come to realize that I don't know what healthy looks like. And I'm very honest about it. Yes, I'm inspirational. Yes, I'm confident. Yes, I can speak. Yes, I'm great at what I do. Yes, 1, 2, 3, once again. But the shit is flinging. The shit is still there. And I don't believe I project it onto other people, that I recognize myself doing that, right? But I've come to learn how much am I doing that and I don't even recognize it. When it comes to intimate partnerships, that is, you can be good in an area of your life and not be good in another area of your life. And it doesn't mean that I'm not healed enough in those areas to have a healthy partnership. It's more so of like, am I choosing the right people? Am I making the right decisions and breaking those old patterns? You know, as a woman who's never experienced safety, 100% of, you know, the embodiment of nurturing, love, care, satisfaction in a relationship, and all of those things, really all that a woman gives, right? All that a woman gives to a man or any sex you choose to be with and whatnot. Giving my all, right? I've come to realize I've given my all to everybody, you know, a lot, all over my lifetime, all throughout my lifetime. And I'm really seeing this about myself, that wow. And then I recently burned myself out because of the work that I do, right? Providing behavioral assistance is a very challenging job, working with different ages of youth and teenagers. And it can be mentally taxing because you give 100%, because you care, right? And it's not for me to not be myself and not care. It's for me to really take a step back and pause and see within myself where all this is stemming from. But I want to return to inwards to myself and really just gauge at just being here with myself, letting the emotions flow, crying as much as I need to, which I've really yet to, more so of, and just really taking a great look at myself, really looking at myself, right? Mirroring me back to me. And I close my eyes because this is where I find the most peace. I've been doing this since I was a kid. When I was in India, I always close my eyes in photos. And even now I close my eyes in photos because I feel that's the version of me. I am Buddha, right? And there's Buddha in all of us. If you read Thich Nhat Hanh's work, the Vietnamese monk, you can see how in his books, The Pieces Within You, I believe, something of that sort. I believe he mentioned there's Buddha in all of us. But if you're really wanting to gain clarity about yourself and get into this spiritual work, I highly recommend that I hope that you come to a point where you can reach within yourself to have the courage and discipline and determination to want those things for yourself. If you're really, really highly depressed and you struggle, you know, with reading a book, opening a book, it's going to be a tough time for you, my friend. But I know that there may come a time when that shift happens where you do feel like you can do it. And believe it or not, you know, I was somebody who had such severe clinical depression that I couldn't even read a book. I couldn't finish my paintings. I could never complete the skills that I could have mastered, more so, right? That could have, should have, would have. And it's for me to, there's very, very mild still. There's mild, there's sadness there, you know, about that. Things that I wasn't able to complete and fulfill in my childhood because of my depression and experiencing a lot of pain, a lot of hurt. And it's really a miraculous thing when I've solidified myself and my resiliency and my gratitude and all of these things for having such a extra strong backbone, to the point of where it's almost as if I'm not able to let myself shatter, right? And it's such a deep thing to say, because heartbreak, regarding loving someone, falling in love with people who aren't right for you in my past, that has been what's been my shatter in my life. And when I look back to myself today, I choose not to be that person. I couldn't be that person even if I wanted to, because I don't operate from that way anymore. When you go through really, really tough times in life, it shifts you to be the new you, to where you don't even have an interest or liking towards such things anymore. So yeah, I just wanted to come on here today and share about my anger, really, and how I harbored onto that, right? And now I'm going to release it through more breathing and, doing all the healing work and taking great care of myself. But I wanted to show my truth, my humanness, that I get angry. I am just like anybody else, because it's come up for me. And the reason why I'm saying this is because when I was younger, someone from my friend group at the bus stop had told me that they think I'm just so perfect. And I was speaking about this with a friend of mine who does yoga as well, that my whole life, because I dress better, or I, had highlights, or, when you start to become prettier in school and like whatnot, it's as if the envy or the jealousy of other people, because of my travels in my past, or because of just who I am and my achievements, and to them, it's envious for them, or they're just jealous, because envy and jealousy are two different things. I really come to see that people really harbor this hate towards me, and I never really sat with it or seen so much of it until now, that people don't like themselves, so they don't like me because they feel as if I'm better in 1, 2, and 3. And to them, they can feel as if I'm rubbing it in, and those aren't my people, right? I have my circle of people who are on the same level as me, but those who don't really know me and aren't on my caliber board, aren't at my caliber, darling, they don't see me. Not that they don't see me, excuse me. They're not able to uplift that and meet me there, because they're not there themselves. And I'm not going to dim my light, and I'm not inferior than anybody, and I'm not going to shrink ever again, and never will I ever again. And I want to just make that clear, and it's clear to myself, and I want to say it here on screen, because nothing moving forward, I feel, can shake me to as how I've been shaken before, whatever the grammar is. There's such a powerful strength here. There's such a belonging to myself, that because of everything I experienced, and I don't need to go into detail of it. Most of you guys know what it is. If you're new, you don't know what it is, you can find out going through my page. That there's a belonging to myself that can never be let go of. I am not afraid when it comes to, I'm not going to speak about my parents, but when it comes to, especially my mom, love her. But that's a whole different thing I have to reflect on, because I won't say I'm not afraid to lose anybody or things like that. That wouldn't be honest of me, because if I really deeply, I'm sure I have a subconscious fear, right? That I still have to like look into. So I'm not going to speak ahead of time, because I don't like doing that. I like to be where I am in the present moment right now. So when it comes to intimate relationships, or the external factors of people and things like that on the outside of my mother and I, let's say more so, right? That aside from that relationship, it's like, am I afraid to lose somebody and shrink for somebody and all those things? No, I'm not. And, I've also come to notice that when I'm out and about in the world, people may perceive me to be, when I'm not speaking like this, and they're not hearing my maturity or how I'm carrying myself necessarily, right? I could come off as a kid, right? A child, and we all have a child in us. I just carry mine with me. And I can look quite young to people. I can look as if I'm in my 20s when I'm turning 32, actually, in January 4th. So, on January 4th, excuse me. So the point being that people can perceive a young person to be as if I know less than them, or that I'm right, like about the topic or whatever, that space that we're in, when that's not true at all. That they're not seeing the other side of me where I can step it up and turn it on, right? And speak like this, how I'm speaking on this video, because I am a serious person. I can joke, I have fun, all these things, but by nature, I have a serious nature. I'm a Capricorn, and I'm very grounded to earth, and I'm very, I derive a lot of meaning in the things that I do, and I like to make sense of life to the best of my ability, and I reflect all the time. I'm curious. I care about everything that I do. I don't do anything I don't love. I am a passionate person. I know who I am. That's really what I'm saying. So I'm just gonna pause. I experience this still. You know, we can experience moments in life where people believe, we're young, so they don't perceive us in a way of higher knowing and things like that, when that's not true with me at all. And I remember being told, even throughout some of my jobs, as if I know more than others. And you know what? I do know more than others, right? And people can be so insecure in themselves, or so average-minded, that when it comes to people like me, who are bold, beautiful, and beyond their years, haha, that's a new one, that people aren't used to me exuding that. They're not used to surrounding themselves with somebody who is at a higher caliber and leveled up, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, all of these things. And I come correct every single fucking time. So that's really what I mean to say. I'm seeing like these things that are being picked at about me, moments that are being picked on throughout my life, being accused of stealing just a few days ago, because I was walking quickly perhaps, and walking around a corner and moving really fast and just carrying things in my hands, and suddenly, I'm somebody who commits theft. I don't even like that word. Just the bullshit. I guess the bullshit of fucking America, right? And yeah, and that's all I have to say. Like, and yeah, if you like me, great. If you don't like me, great, because I'm not thinking about you, and I send you love. And I'm watching these leaves flutter and dance and flake all over. But yeah, I love you guys. Thanks for listening to this almost 18-minute video. I haven't talked in a long time. If you listened to the whole thing, beautiful. If you did not, beautiful. But guess what? I'm beautiful. I'm just kidding. Okay. And most people would say that it's conceited, cocky, and all this. And I don't like to overanalyze. The reason why I didn't say you're beautiful too is because I really can't 100% say as that you are, because I don't know you. And I guess that's a different part of me today, right? So I hope you have a beautiful day, and that you just say fuck it and let go of the old you, because that's how I'm feeling. Fuck that shit. Like, I'm letting go of the old me, right? These identities and perceptions people put onto me to be a certain way, or for me to even be a certain way. And it's just like, no, I'm changing. I can not be not so-and-so in this area, and change and be more so-and-so, because I can, and I choose to. And I think that's how you should go about your day. Have a beautiful one. Love you guys. Ciao.